And here we go. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today we're live and we're drinking bourbon. All right, howdy, howdy.
Welcome back, everybody. Oh, I should probably put my mic on. Please hold. Let me mute this for just a... Yep. Okay, sorry about that.
You know,
You guys...
it is our first live stream, so to be honest, it was unexpected.
Yeah,
we need
yeah.
to have a
this
microphone.
is the first time we've ever done this.
Yeah.
So, Dave Vogelstein coming in hot with some controversy, saying he's been out riding bike. I'm going to choose to not believe that.
Well, I mean, either that or we start the tricycle theory.
Well, it could be. Steve Joes is here. Piper John is here. R-Dub, what's happening? That seems like a new name in the chat.
No, he's probably had that name for a while.
Stymie Snurdly is here. Mikey Likey Whiskey.
Mikey.
Yeah, so earlier when I posted this, I had a different thumbnail because we hadn't decided quite yet what we were going to be doing.
Okay, I have not seen that thumbnail, so
yeah, it
won't be a surprise to me.
It won't. No, it won't. So I just changed the thumbnail and the title. It's Proof Points tonight.
Okay.
Now I looked back. I think it's been like 11 months since we've done one of these.
It's been quite a while.
It's been
admittedly
way too long. So we'll probably explain this as more people fill into the live stream here. But for those of you that are in here right now, we used to do a regular live show called Proof Points.
And before it was live, it was actually a recorded thing.
I don't think we ever did a recorded one.
I think we did some recorded ones.
All right. One of us is going to win this, and we'll figure out who. But we used to do this, and now we haven't done one in a while. But basically what we're doing is taking 4 or 5 bourbons.
And a very similar proof point.
Yeah, all within a few proof points of each other. So just one base proof point. And we started at 80, and then we went to, I think we did a mid-80s, and then 90, then 100, and then 107.
Yep.
And then now we're doing 110 to 117 proof here.
Yeah, and unfortunately there's almost no whiskey or bourbon at that proof point that's worth drinking at all. This is all drain pour.
Yep, all these terrible whiskeys that we have in front of us here. So, yeah, we were just saying beforehand, like every one of these is a killer bottle.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard flight to pick a winner, and then more than that, the high expectations for the blend.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be close to 600 proof.
Yep.
I mean,
if you follow Bourbon Note math, yes, it will be.
Yeah.
So I'm actually just having a little control bourbon here beforehand, just to kind of,
Yeah, exactly, Steve.
Yeah, Steve Joes is on top of it.
That's what she said.
So at one point we were talking about, let's get our background music in here too.
Honestly, there's something missing.
At one point,
feed the ducks.
We were. Do you want to do feeding the ducks?
I don't know what it is.
It's a totally different. I don't know if we'll be able to hear it quite as well as the audience does, but but at one point we were talking about we were going to get to a certain point in the proof point scale, and then go back and pit a couple of them. Maybe we'll just get all the way through them, and then start over at the beginning and pit like the winner of the 80 proof maybe against the winner of the 86-ish proof.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's been like 3 years. And probably don't own very many of those whiskeys anymore, so it's kind of starting over. That would be a challenge. We're going to have to think about that one a bit.
Yeah, I suppose.
I have absolutely no idea who won at 80 and 86. And
I actually have them all in the analog scoreboard here, so we do have a record to go back on. But we actually broke the 90 proof and the 100 proof, I think, into 2 separate brackets.
Because there's so
2
many.
of each, yeah. Because you get to that proof point.
Sugar Kitty.
Sugar Kitty is in the house. And I do have his sound effect here somewhere. Let's see. Sugar Kitty was on with Bourbon School last night. So that was fun to watch. He kind of did the same thing with them that we had him on for. He sent them some scotch. Yeah, scotch samples.
Single malt feline.
Yeah, single malt feline. Ironically, I had 1910 Russell Singer. What'd you do for you? Old Elk cigar last night. Sounds like you had a hell of a night.
Yeah, no kidding.
Large pours, small pours, what are we working with here? Oh, one thing. Hold on, I have to tell you something off screen real quick, so please hold. Okay, sorry about that. A little inside baseball there. Had to, you know, clear some stuff up. Okay, let's get into the tasting here.
That's what she said.
Just need to get to multiple pages there. So these are mixed up independently. So we won't probably be drinking the same thing at the same time. We just independently mixed these. And we just have the name of each one written on the bottom. We didn't do like the answer key or whatever. So I'm going to get a little bit of water here. 1/2 to 1 ounce pours. All right. Yeah. Inside baseball for lip readers. Oh, and I do have some junk food to talk about later.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're gonna when I bring it up, you're gonna have to let me get through it before you ask any questions, because I'll clip it and try to use it as a way to get free junk food sent our way.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have a plan. This is junk
Mr.
food
Frank.
not available in Minnesota yet, to the best of my knowledge. So it seems interesting.
You said yet, so that's curious.
Yeah, Ryan Frank is in the house. All right. Well, let's get into it here. Gonna do a little bit of nosing right to left.
I think we should shotgun these. Like, just go really quick.
Just
like,
one after another and decide which one was best?
Yeah, that's right. You have 20 seconds.
20 seconds for each glass. Well, you have healthier pours than I do, so...
Well, the night is young, Ben. The night is young. I don't have to finish them here on the episode.
That's true. That is the good part
The
about you
advantage
living
of being
across
able to
the
walk,
street.
walk home.
Okay. Are you going to get into these?
Yeah, I should probably get into it.
Let us know in the chat if you have a favorite of any of these.
And we'll tell you why. Ooh.
Boy, I got to tell you, unless this is the one. Just on the nose, my Brown Foreman truffle pig status is in jeopardy here. And the other thing is usually the maker's mark sticks out like a sore thumb anytime it's in a flight. And on that first initial nosing, which it can change, but in that first initial nosing, it didn't stand out.
You obviously don't know the word initial.
On the first nosing?
No.
So I'm going to try to rinse my glasses a little bit more here, because those all came across very, very similar. Peter White is here.
Yeah, they're all very good, and none of them are going to be bad. I don't have an immediate Jim Beam pick.
Where's our live thing?
Bobby is in the chat.
What's up, Bobby? Thanks for joining us.
Yes,
Bobby, are you at work again?
Yes, Snurdly. Kind of.
Old Forester gets a slight edge over rear.
Yeah, I think so.
We just cracked open this bottle of 1920 for this flight tonight.
Yeah, my bottle is just about gone. It's below the label, and I didn't think we had enough for 2 pours.
Ben, do you have a control at your fingertips to put in the hip thrust? I don't actually, because it doesn't have...
He doesn't have that particular clip in StreamYard.
Yeah, and I can't overlay it.
You can't, oh, yeah, it'd be a full video.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to see that.
Everyone wants to see that. Did I forget to pour the Maker's Mark?
I did not watch
This is the most a Maker's Mark product has ever blended into a
So I have no
before.
distinct... I mean, they all smell good. It's the first one, which is always unfair because it's the first one you smell or taste. I get a stronger presence, and I have a guess what it could be, but I'm really guessing. But nothing stands out at this point as first place or last place or anything like that.
Brian is here, Bourbon School. We were just talking about your live stream with Sugar Kitty last night. That was fun.
OG Brick.
I like the number 2 on the nose a little bit better. That sounded... All right.
All right.
Let's get into the first one
yeah.
here. Cheers.
So briefly to describe, we occasionally do this series where we'll pick a particular proof, and we're kind of like mid-one teens, and pick a couple of bourbons in that range, and then blind flight them. So we're drinking the same whiskeys, but not necessarily in the same order, and we're going to pick a 5th place, 4th place, 3rd place, 1st place.
Yep.
And
again, like we said, for all the new people here, there is not a 5th place on this bar. Every
exactly.
one of these is like one of my favorite pours.
Yeah, this is going to be a hard flight.
Cooler Running is here. What's happening? Brian Vaughn, bike riding Brian Vaughn. I've been really into Rare Breed lately.
Yeah,
I think I have all of those bottles. Well, bust them out because we're doing the blend later on.
You know, unlike a lot of the flights that we have, which are unlikely that many people own them, I think some people could actually own this entire flight.
Oh,
There's nothing too rare about any of these bottles.
yeah.
Yeah, and some of the people who are a bit of collectors could probably actually like recreate this exact flight and blend, in their spare time.
I think I know what number 2 is.
We haven't got to number 2.
Yeah, the only one here that's even like the Russell's is a single barrel.
So it's a little harder.
That
but
one will vary a little bit, but... And of course we got the OGD, a budget-friendly favorite. I mean, everybody loves this at the proof and at the price point. Let's see, we got some new people. You guys have a challenge coming your way. So does that mean this is going to be a challenging flight, Brian, or did you challenge us in a video? Which, by the way, I think I went on, so I never go on and look at any of our mentions or anything. I do almost everything through the app except for actually uploading the videos. And I think, Brian, you guys challenged us to something like 2 months ago, and I just saw it for the first time like 2 days ago. So I'm sorry I missed your challenge. So if you were wondering why we didn't respond to your video.
we must not get that notification in the app.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't notify you. You have to go check it.
Oh.
Jason Carol Levitz. Russell's for the win. Watch it on Facebook, it looks like. That's awesome. I hope I pronounced your name right. Our monitor is quite a ways away, so... The older we get... Okay, so we've got a challenge video coming our way. All right.
Nice.
I'm up for it. Yeah, I think if you had to make like a murderer's row of available shelf bottles, like available at a reasonable price.
Other than the single barrel, which I think other single barrels are available, but they're not going to be this exact one. The rest of these, any good liquor store, reasonably priced, and all really, really good.
Oh my God. That's just three home runs in a row. Can you fit 21 viewers in your basement? I'm not even reading the rest of that. No, I cannot. In your basement bar, that's just, let's see.
21?
That's just a reality to visualize how many people you're sitting in front of. Yeah, we could probably fit. Well, it'd be a little packed. Maybe we should do a live show at some point.
A live show? We've had the occasional guest.
Chuck Brazen. I love all these. I agree. No 5th place. Just how you're feeling right now in these. Yep, absolutely.
Totally.
Whiskey Nature. Delan. Am I pronouncing that right again? Go check out Whiskey Nature. By the way, check out Bad Axe Bourbon and Bourbon School as well that are in here. Bobby says, I've got these bobbles. Maybe I should do a flight on a live stream in the next day or two. Yeah, do it, Bobby, for sure.
That'd be awesome.
See what kind of how much your winners and losers differ from ours.
Ooh, Rebel
Bobby,
Distillers Collection.
Yeah,
totally
Bobby,
agree.
you're absolutely right. I just saw, I don't know if you saw that I commented on your post. He had so that Rebel and Ezra Brooks, they're both from Lux Row.
Lux Row.
They do a distillers collection.
Which I've
that
never
is
seen.
different from the single barrels, but I think it's still a single barrel.
Do you think they're still Lux Row, or are they now Ross and Squibb, MGP, Juice? It's probably still Lux Row, like.
Yeah, I think they just bought the brand.
Yeah, okay.
So, but I'm assuming they're pretty similar to because we've done an Ezra Brooks store pick and a Rebel store pick, and they're fantastic.
Amazing.
That Rebel store pick is.
It really is. Great.
And Bobby had a Total Wine one too, and he did it against Weller Foolproof, and it won.
Yeah, mine was also, I think, from Total Wine. Pretty sure that's where I got it. Although that bottle's getting low, I need to find another one.
Okay, I'm moving this one back, this one forward. These in a row. Yeah, these are just definitely like, they're all so good. Live show with the crowd. Live from the backyard with intermittent pauses for Ben to head inside for the taste testing. Ryan Frank knows me all too well.
Hilarious.
Oh, God, these are so good.
So all 5 of these are really, really good. However, I am pretty easily picking out a first, second, third, fourth, fifth.
I think I've picked my first and second.
Yeah, first and second. Third and fourth are a bit of a debate.
I think this one, my number 4 from the right, is falling a little bit behind.
Yep. Well,
Now, again, 5th place in this flight is going to be, top 5 out of like
yeah.
30 bourbons you can put in front of us, So I'm going to go backwards down the line here again. Oh, nope, that one was a little bit lagging on the last sip. Now it's absolutely not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Interestingly enough, I didn't pick like the 114 being as budget as it is.
Mm-hmm. And as unique of a flavor profile.
Yeah, the cinnamon and that one's not standing out as like, none of these stand out as like, okay, this is the cheap one.
That one kind of is. Although cheap is, I don't necessarily think it's the least expensive. It's just, it's going to take 5th place in this flight.
You think so?
But again, it's not bad.
OG Brick says, I have a feeling it's going to be the Russell's single barrel. Do you mean for the winner or for 5th place, OG?
Oh, that's going to be that's a toss-up.
I got to tell you that Maker's 46 cast strength is a damn good bourbon. I was saying that wasn't sticking out on the nose. It definitely sticks out on the palate. For sure. I think if that one is not Maker's 46, I quit the channel.
I am specifically trying not to think about what they are.
I'm also not either, but that one smashes me over the head with Maker's.
Okay. So I'm simply trying to pick first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and I have done that. So I am now in 5th through 1st order. This flight came together quicker than some of the others.
Yeah.
They're all good, but I'm pretty sure I have a winner.
Okay. So for those of you just joining us, this is Proof Points. We do we used to do a regular show. It's been a while since we've done it, but we just pick a bunch of bourbons of a similar proof point and do a fight.
Blind flight, so we don't know which one we're drinking, and we simply pick the winner. And so we tried to take out the you're trying to pick your favorite kind of thing,
Mm-hmm. And now when I say that I think this is my number 2 from the right, but this glass right here, I believe that to be Maker's 46. Greg and I aren't drinking the same order. We just mixed our glasses independently, so I'm not influencing your second glass. So I need to go between these 3 because I'm getting the most similarity between these 3. I think this one here is my front runner. On my left, that would be my number 5 glass.
Hatfield Barbecue. 46 cask is Cherry Ludens. I don't know what a Ludden is.
Ludens, like a cough drop?
Oh.
Yeah. Sugar Kitty dropping the links. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
So, do you mean that in a bad way, OG? Because I know you're a Maker's fan.
He must be a cough drop fan.
Hatfield, 100% grab a bottle of Maker's 46 cast strength. This may be the most underrated bottle out of this flight.
We don't talk. Well,
it's not going anywhere now. It's. Let's see.
I never see it. Although I don't go to that many liquor stores. Regular 46 is pretty common, but yeah, I don't see the cast strength very often.
I think I'm the one that I thought was lacking a little bit. Might be number 3 now. Boy, this is tough. I missed a golden opportunity there to use the soundboard. Could have rephrased that. And I didn't even do that on purpose. OG says Makers 46 is my daily. What are you looking for then?
I'm just seeing what's new.
Oh, okay. Oh, God. These last three are like almost a dead tie. You know? Okay, so it's between these three. Let me go back to my alleged winner.
It doesn't really matter which order you do 3, 4, 5. They're losers.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right.
Oh yeah, that's so freaking good. Do you know what that actually is? The Oscar music?
I don't think it's Oscar music.
It is.
Oh.
And so that's for when we do the Whiskey 6. If somebody starts having their answer take too long.
Well, the
Oscar when they play them off when somebody's giving their acceptance speech and they start making it weird and they start putting too long.
Why do you think I hit it?
So is that what you're... Okay, I get it. 20 minutes into this and I can't make up my mind.
So while we're waiting for Ben to make a decision, what's everybody at home, playing at home, drinking?
Damn it. I keep changing. I keep going back and forth on these. Mikey Likey Whiskey says, I've had a disaster of a day, so I said, screw it and mix the blend. Did you started with the blend? You didn't taste them all? So Mike is playing at home, playing along.
He is playing at home.
Sucks you had a disastrous day. I hope disastrous, you mean like, just kind of a crappy day, but I hope everything's all right with you.
I didn't know you were from my company.
Sipping on Maker's BRT 01 right now.
Nice.
Nice. Is that the one that you love so much?
No, the BEP is my favorite.
BEP, that's right.
But I actually just had the O2. Not the BRT, but the other one. What are those called? Anyway, I had the O2 of the next year.
You had the FEA.
FEA. So I just had a pour of FEA O2 a little while ago.
I'm going to put this, okay, I have my order.
Sugar Kitty, I think that would have been funnier if...
What did Sugar Kitty say?
I think he may have mistyped it.
BRTO1 is Bert, BRTO... Probably meant BRTO2 is Ernie.
Yeah.
I like it.
It would have been funny.
One is chocolate cookie dough. One is cake icing, I think. I have the FAE 01 and 02 from 2021, and one of those was more chocolatey, one was more
I always like the O2s. The second one was...
Bobby's sipping on Rockstar while working out with us. All right. I like it. Okay, so this is my order. Okay, so again, there is no loser on this. Every one of these was fantastic.
Agreed.
Every one of these is 100% buy at its price point. The fact that all of these are the price that they are is mind-boggling to me.
So
At least
let's talk about that real quick.
This is appropriately priced because I paid $64 for this.
Okay.
And that has crept up a little bit.
And this is maybe 35.
31 at a regular store. You get that for 26 at some places.
And this, I don't know the price.
That's about 60.
Okay.
But they're getting a little harder to find. That's about 60 as well. The rare breed is hanging around at like 52 now.
Okay.
But I am seeing it get back down into the 40s, which
nice.
is absolutely bonkers.
Okay.
The other thing is we should do a video on this, but spoiler alert, I would consider all these, especially these four because they're a little more available than the Russells. Mm-hmm. These are absolute spoiler bottles.
Yeah, totally.
That like ruin it for other bourbons. When
Yep.
you say for the price point you can do better, this is what you're talking about.
This is exactly what we're talking about.
You know.
When you want to buy some blended or some small, distillery thing, sometimes not paying $80 for something.
Oh yeah.
You buy one of these instead.
Well, then you do pay $80 for it, and it's
Yeah, it's okay.
terrible, and then
Or it's just, and there's nothing wrong with this, it's basic MGP that 20 other bottles, it's the same juice.
Yeah, and 20 other bottles had the same juice for $60, which fair enough.
Yeah.
But then some other company charges 85, 90, $100 for it. Major G, I'm late. Hello all, just driving home, looking forward to an Old Forester rye.
Nice.
100. That's awesome. Yeah, that just became available in Minnesota again within the last year. Yeah, it's good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good, every bit as good as the regular Old Forester 100 for the $25 range, which is psychotically good for that.
Always a good choice.
Price point. Okay, shall we get into the...
My lowest pick.
Okay. Are we going to guess?
No, I'm intentionally trying not to because I don't want to influence. So I've not even thought about, is this Maker's Mark or is it?
Okay.
So I simply put it in first to fifth order. So this is my number 5.
Okay, so your number 5 is Russell's.
Wow.
Store pick.
That's an expensive one. Yeah, I was not surprised by that, actually.
And again, number 5 in this list,
Oh, yeah.
Is number 5 out of the list of 30. Mm-hmm. Like, these are like I would consider to be, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I guess, considering that I can't pick this one out of this lineup, it deserves every bit to be in this as like a top 5 available bourbons or whatever. Okay, so my 5th place was...
I'm not wearing glasses, so...
Rare Breed.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. I was kind of curious as to whether or not the 2 Wild Turkeys are my last ones.
Yeah, I was curious as well for that exact same thought.
Hold on a second.
Shocking so far.
I'd say those are all winners for sure. Absolutely. So.
Oh, you want to guess?
I do.
Ben's going to write down what he thinks his winner, well, all of them are. Just put Old Forester in first place. We get it.
Well, that one blatantly tasted the best to me, so I'm assuming it's Old Forester. Right. Because I love Old Forester.
Yeah.
Brown Foreman Truffle Pig. All right, in 4th place for Greg is OGD.
I knew it. That was the one I was positive on.
Well, you should have written it down because now nobody can take your word for it.
Oh, fair enough.
All right, let me get another sip of this. I'm going to have to add a little bit more of those. I might be wrong on these last 2, but okay, so my 4th place is OGD. Okay, so I'm already wrong on that.
Okay.
I thought OGD was my number 3.
Okay.
Okay, number 3 for you.
Okay, so these 2 are out for me.
Yep.
I'm thinking this is Rare Breed.
That is Rare Breed.
Okay. I'm not shocked at all that the Old Forester and Makers are in the final 2, if I'm honest.
Well, it's always blind flights that show what an Old Forester or Brown Foreman fan you are. Because these 2, when we first started this channel, were not a fan of Old Forester terribly.
I said that, but over doing these actual episodes,
and the early times bottled and bond, like that Brown Foreman profile was not yours, but they always do well.
They always win for me.
Yeah.
Yep. So obviously, my opinion of Old Forester has changed.
Okay, let's see if this one is the Russells. That is the Russells. So Russells came in 3rd for me.
So Wild Turkey's not done exceptional for either of us. Or Beam products.
You know what's interesting?
This better be interesting.
Wild Turkey, as much as we love it, it doesn't always hold up in flights.
Yeah. And I've said that. Okay, so here's a bit of conversation for the peanut gallery.
Okay.
I believe that there's one brand in particular, and it's this one, that they design their flavor profile to do well in flights. So individually, you may or may not like it as a single pour, but it seems to always do well in blind flights.
And where I feel like Wild Turkey products don't always do well in flights. And again, can't stress it enough, these are all exceptional. So there's
they're all
no loser
really
here.
good. But in flights, Old Forester just always is first place.
But even though we don't, even as much as we love 101, like even in a 100 proof flight, it doesn't always hold up.
Totally agree.
But I think Wild Turkey, especially though, it's really good. And anytime we've even done 101 in a 100 flight, they're all 100 proof ones that we love.
Yep.
You know, it's never lost to anything bad.
Right.
and neither have these. But their price points are so damn good too.
Well,
I mean, that's
right.
really part of it. I mean, the rare breed for
50-ish.
yeah, and again, getting a little bit cheaper. John Kranz is in the house. What's happening?
Hey, cheesehead.
Let's see. What did Bobby say about? A few peeps' minds were blown with the video today. Don't pay the crazy Weller prices. Absolutely. I have to be honest. Makers 46 and 46 cast changed when the label changed. I don't like it. I used to.
So I'm not a big fan of their bottle change. Totally agree. But I don't know if I think the whiskey has changed.
So funny you should bring that up because I have a video idea that I want to propose to you.
Although I do own an old bottle of the old bottle. All right, I do own a bottle of the old.
Cast strength? Or 43
It may
or
be
46?
it's a 375. I'm not sure. I think it could be.
That's probably the cast strength. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I
Yeah,
have.
we should do that.
But it's a good 3+ years old.
But not open, right?
No, not open.
Okay. All right, let's get into the number 2 here. Well, why don't we go to your number 1 because it's the final 2. So let's pick the winner. Hold on a second here. We need to get, I thought for sure, there we go. The winner of Proof Points,
For Greg.
110 to 117 for Greg, is Maker's Mark 46 cast strength.
The chocolatey note was prominent and amazing.
Well, so for Greg, the winner, Maker's 46. Got to give it the props. Okay, so my number 1. I don't even know if we need to do a drum roll for this because it was my favorite out of all of them. It has to be the Old Forester.
You're willing to expend a great deal of personal pride and embarrassment if you're wrong.
I am. And so I did guess, by the way, that Makers would be my second, 1920 would be my first. I got the OGD and the Russells mixed up.
Yep.
So, okay, let's get into it. It is Old Forester 1920
Amazing.
for the win. Now,
Like this. Yep.
to the best of my recollection, there has been one time that an Old Forester or Brown Forman product did not win when it was in the mix for me. And that lost, it was Early Times Bottled and Bond, I believe, lost to Four Roses Single Barrel.
Wow.
And I did actually guess correctly which one was which after I picked them. And I knew I was putting, at least I was very confident I was putting one of my favorite bourbons, Early Times Bottled and Bond, in second place. But it's just that the Four Roses had a little more.
I think you said that in the video.
Yeah, it had a more premium bourbon experience overall. More viscosity, this and that. It's also double the price.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think Old Forester has won every time there's been one in the mix.
I think so. And I think it's done exceedingly well for me as well.
Yeah.
Not one every time, but one a fair number of times. So definitely I think as a brand, it's probably been our most selected brand.
How long ago did my mic fall off? Did you guys even hear what I was saying? Did anybody say in the...
I didn't hear it.
OG Brick, I now notice the regular 46 is now a total red label. Yes, I have seen that too.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, they've changed it even from this now. I don't know if the cask strength is, but now it's just all red with a big 46 on it, and then very small writing.
So how does it say? What does it say for cask strength?
That's
Oh,
the
just
cask.
at the bottom, that extra sticker.
Yeah, I think that extra little sticker at the bottom is
Okay.
it changes it.
I've
But
not
now
been
it's I don't know
looking-
if the cask strength label has changed though, or just the regular one. So there you have it. Let's go through this one more time. So in first place for me,
Whoa! That
what?
hanging, I need to know. That's one of my favorite bourbons.
New Makers 101 label looks like they're always in a box up here, so I don't know what the label
It's in a
even looks
box,
like.
but then it's actually printed on the bottle.
Yeah, there's no like
there's
paper.
there's no paper.
Yeah.
So have they gotten rid of that too? That's disappointing because it was in this shape bottle, the Makers 101, but it was actually printed on the glass.
Yeah, it used to be just Makers 101 was in this bottle. Now they moved the cask strength to this bottle because cask strength used to have that even weirder shaped one.
Yep.
Okay, so in first place for me, Old Forester 1920. Second place, Makers 46. Third place, Russell's. Fourth place, OGD. Fifth place, Rare Breed. Greg's first place was Makers 46. Second place, 1920. Third place, Rare Breed. Fourth, OGD. And fifth, Russell's. So the only one that we got the same was fourth place, OGD. And good for OGD for hanging in there at half the price, sometimes a third of the price of these. I need to drink these down a little bit more.
So I don't know if the camera is going to focus on this, but I would consider that a solid pour after I've had several sips of each glass.
Yeah, I poured mine independently because Greg always pours me 2-ounce pours for each one of these. And I end up drinking 10 ounces of whiskey.
Unfortunately, I'm blind and it's getting worse. And this will last the rest of tonight. I do have lids for the Glencairns, the little glass lids. Mm-hmm. So this may be a tomorrow pour.
Yeah, that's a lot of whiskey you got left.
It is a lot of whiskey. It is, we're talking about $250 or so.
This is OGD.
And
Just a hair.
500 and, let's call it, 560 proof, aged probably about 37 years. This is going to be a good whiskey.
I think it is. Well, Mike said it's wild, so...
Wait, did Mike, he mentioned something about the blend. Did he actually do it?
Yeah, that's what he said. When he said he had a terrible day, and
Well, he did.
then he just decided to say screw it and go with the blend.
That's good thinking.
I'm trying so hard not to damage your
Yeah,
your rarest of
Topper.
rare bottles of wild turkey. If you haven't watched the Baker Drinks Challenge video yet, where Greg busts out his wild, you can't probably see it in here, see the turkey on top of there, like the Blanton's horse?
I 3D printed that turkey several years ago and stuck it on top of there. Tagged Eddie Russell and Jimmy Russell and anybody else named Russell. And nobody responded and wanted to do a partnership on marketing.
Well, there was one Russell that responded, but it wasn't a partnership on that. It was something weird, right? I think it involved feet.
Feet.
All right, let's go in for the blend here. We're going double fisting Cascade,
I don't know.
which sounds dirty.
That's what she said.
Okay, so let's go in for the blend.
700 proof, $250. This is, and I like around 37 years. Like this is a pretty solid.
Yeah.
They could put this in a box, be a big box, but actually they wouldn't. They all compete with each other and hate each other.
Oh, I don't know if they hate each other, do they?
No. I mean, at this point, Jimmy and Eddie are like pretty set for life, and I think they're pretty friendly with the Bean people. And
I think all the distilleries kind of get along. There's that story about like the Heaven Hill warehouse fire. It's kind of a big story that happened in like the 90s.
Yeah.
And a bunch of the other distilleries
They
let them
absolutely
actually distill at their facilities and age.
Yeah.
And so they let them
Totally true.
continue making whiskey, which is awesome.
I think they actually do support and like each other, but I don't think
for
anybody likes Maker's Mark. I always got the feeling that Maker's Mark is no offense, but the redheaded stepchild.
I mean,
Maybe
it kind of is, like legitimately.
I wasn't actually making that joke, but
Well, I think you deserve the credit for
the
it
Rex
anyway.
Ryan.
What,
Oh,
was that Rex Ryan that offered the
the
feet
feet,
partnership?
yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He was a foot guy, wasn't he?
Oh, he had that. I remember a weird controversy that people thought that was his voice or something. I don't know.
What? That was his voice. Do you know what we're talking about? Rex Ryan, the former coach of the Jets? Yeah. Okay.
And he was recorded, supposedly.
Oh, is that what it was? He was recorded, like making harassing foot comments?
No, someone had their feet hanging out of a car, and he was making very inappropriate. Well, not inappropriate, but just he's a foot guy, and there's like it was kind of funny, but you couldn't see him. It was just, which is probably best. Anyway,
Chuck says Greg needs a straw.
no, this is going to be a 3-day pour.
Oh, you can finish that tonight.
Well, yes, I could, and my liver would die.
Okay, so getting onto the junk food.
Oh yes, speaking of junk.
Hold on a second. I have to
time out.
I have to look this up.
No, we needed to pause a moment of silence for how great this blend is.
Is it amazing?
Oh, it's if any Bobby or Mikey or any of the rest of you have the ability to do anything close to this blend, acknowledge that anything from Wild Turkey, and you already have the rare breed.
Let me get into the blend here first. Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I got to tell you. I don't think it's as good as 1920 on its own.
It has it, so it's very like granulated sugar. It's got some real.
I was going to
sweetness.
say texture.
It has some real sweetness.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna chug it. Like, yeah, I have to get up super early in the morning and do like real stuff, and then.
We are going to need to get our review out of this ASAP because I will absolutely kill this bottle.
Well, it's expensive, so you have to show some restraint.
Will not be on my shelf for very long.
Well, so here's what I recommend. Get one of your empty sample bottles and pour yourself a sample so that we have...
And so we can review it. That's not a bad idea, actually. Bummer just killed off my 1920 and Wild Turkey.
Sorry if we lost.
Okay, so getting into the junk food section here, obviously we're a whiskey channel, but our live streams always devolve into junk food.
You say devolve like it's a bad thing.
I think it's a good thing.
I mean...
Have you ever heard of Life Raft Treats? It's a brand. Your stunned silence probably means no.
I don't even know of a good way to make a joke. I honestly have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of this.
They make ice cream treats that look exactly like fried chicken. It literally looks just like fried chicken. And I want to try this so bad, but to the best of my knowledge, they're not available in Minnesota. So Life Raft Treats, if you catch a viewing of this video, hook us up. We'll review your ice cream in a live stream. So yeah, I desperately want to try this, and because I look at their Instagram, it looks just like fried chicken.
So like a drumstick,
yeah,
or like a wing,
it looks like it has like a little thing of chocolate going through the middle, so it looks like the bone with the brown stuff on it. It literally looks just like it, and I think they make other ones too that look like seafood. They look weird,
like sushi.
Yeah, well here I can show you. I can't really show the audience because you won't be able to see this, but.
So they make, okay, so what are they though?
That's ice cream. It's just like an ice cream treat. So it's like ice cream in the shape of chicken drummies.
Oh, so it's just ice cream that's been like...
shaped, and then it's got like a coating on it.
And then coated.
And then it's even got the little chocolate bone in the middle.
Oh.
Where's the...
Wrong.
That's what she said.
So yeah, there's the seafood.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, super weird looking. But I definitely want to... just for the novelty of it.
Huh. So where do you think they distribute? Because they're not available.
I saw a bunch in like Chicago. I don't know. There's somebody that the kids know that tried it on Instagram. And I don't know if they were out of state or whatever, but I went on their website and looked up like where you can find it, and I didn't see anything.
It feels like a Canadian thing. Like if there's going to be a poutine flavored or like I don't know, something weird with gravy on it or.
But this is chicken.
You could still put it with corn and gravy on it.
Yeah, you could. That sounds like an Irish thing to me. I mean, if there's going to be potatoes and cabbage or whatever. Is cabbage an Irish thing?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it is.
All right, let's see. Molded ice cream sounds like a fungus. The bone with the brown stuff on it. What the hell are we doing here? I told you it devolves every single time. Beaver nuggets are still where it's at. I know we need to get a hold of some of those. Because aren't they? Those are like the puff caramel corn. You know?
Seriously?
Yeah. Remember, Steve sent us a picture of them. Wasn't it, Steve? That was you that sent us the picture of the beaver nuggets, right? That sounded so bad. Troy from Baker Drinks. What's happening, Troy?
Troy, hope all is well.
Yeah, Troy. We did see your post, and for those of you that didn't see the post,
well,
it sounds like Laura's doing well and on the right trajectory, so we're very, very happy to hear that. Hopefully that's still the case, Troy. Maybe let us know in the comments how everyone's favorite Washington whiskey reviewer is doing.
You don't have to answer that if you don't want to.
Troy's going to be like, I'm doing fine. Gonna try to steal Laura's thunder. By the way, Troy, if you remember, we told you in the live stream we did with you guys that we just outright ripped off one of your videos. That one comes out tomorrow. That's
Is that the lesson 60?
Yep, the $60 and under new bourbon challenge. And that was a lot of fun. We probably should have challenged other channels. Troy says, Laura went home today doing much better. That is wonderful to hear,
Thanks.
Troy.
Good job.
Yes, wish her well from us, of course. Yeah, that's great to hear she's going back home. I'm looking very, very forward to hopefully when she's back up and ready to do some reviews, hearing you guys' opinion on that Jack Daniel's 107 proof Tennessee Traveler. No obligation to love it. It's just a bottle that I happen to love, and nobody else has it. Like, I've never talked to anybody else who's had it before.
Okay.
And so, especially Laura being the Jack Daniel's fan that she is.
Mm-hmm.
So, somebody mentioned earlier that about the label changing. Is this my walk-off music?
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, I like where Maker's Mark was with their logos and bottling strategy 2 years ago.
Right. What up, Shredward? You know what? Actually, we'll talk about, because it's an idea for a video,
oh, okay.
And then we won't give away the premise of the video, and then
okay.
We'll put that out there as like a, question from the audience. Do you guys agree or disagree? I find that the audience tends to disagree with me on damn near everything. Well, I guess it's just Mike Meyer. What's happening,
Mike?
I guess it's just our controversial take on the neck pour.
Yeah.
Oh God, somebody. I got. It's always fun when you get a negative comment. I told you about this the other day, about the guy who made the comment that whiskey being overpriced isn't a ripoff. It just means you can't afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it was an $85 bottle I posted about.
Yeah, and it's available
And
everywhere
else
for
$50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's $35 above MSRP.
No, you can't. Yeah, of course I can afford it. I just chose
And it's
not to
like,
buy
yeah,
them there.
whiskey's like anything else. Whatever the price is, if you can afford it, you can buy it. Just because you can't afford it doesn't mean it's a ripoff. It's like, so if I offered you a Wild Turkey 101 for $200 and you had the $200,
That's right.
You're going to buy it because you can afford it?
Yeah, right.
And you're not going to just go somewhere else and buy it for $25? It's like, that's ridiculous.
Ben loves Traveler.
Ben, did you say you
That's
like
his
Traveler?
absolute favorite whiskey he's had in the past 4 years.
Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite.
In fact, he has a tattoo of what's her name or what's his name, whatever its name is.
Chris Stapleton?
Is that who it is?
Yeah,
Oh, is that a guy or a girl?
it's a guy.
Okay.
You really need to brush up on at least some pop culture. You know what's funny? Is after we reviewed that bottle, like the next day, he was at Haskell's because he was playing in town,
that's
and he just
right.
randomly stopped into Haskell's and was signing bottles.
Yeah, so I heard that.
I go to that store a lot.
Yeah. And so, not that I saw Chris Stapleton, but I've revisited the Traveler bottle a few times. It's on my kind of everyday shelf, and it's fine. I think maybe I was a little bit rough on it in the review. Like,
You said in the review, and then the
no,
reference-
I had a vision of what was Leave It to Beaver's mom. There was a quote.
Warren, weren't you a little hard on the beaver? That's exactly the first thing I thought of as well. The dirtiest thing ever said on television. Warren, weren't you a little hard on the beaver? Hot take at $25, Wild Turkey is still overpriced. Troy being the resident Wild Turkey 101 hater, but everything else Wild Turkey 101 lover.
At 25, I don't know. You know, Troy, here's what I recommend. Take $25 and light it on fire. No, don't do that. Instead, buy a bottle of Wild Turkey. This is one of my favorite things for the summer. Put it in the freezer.
If you like cold whiskey.
And
I don't.
Okay, so first of all, Ben just spoiled it. It's going to get cold.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ruin that.
But when you pour it, it gets thick, like as in like syrup type thick. And
That's
yes,
what
it
she
tastes
said.
different and definitely drinks different. June Cleaver reference.
Yes.
But Wild Turkey 101 from the freezer when it's really hot out is kind of interesting. No, it doesn't taste like Wild Turkey anymore. It's different. But at least it's cold.
So Bobby said that Traveler tastes like a 50-50 blend of regular Buffalo Trace and Fireball. I don't think I got that. I thought it tasted like a 50-50 blend of regular Buffalo, like a 25% blend of regular Buffalo Trace, and then like a 75 of like a terrible 80 proof Canadian whiskey. But speaking of Fireball, I meant to bring this up. I almost bought this. Did you know that Fireball has a new...
Cast strength, right? Or something like that.
No, it's not cast strength, but it's like, it says rested. So I don't know if it's like barrel aged or with staves or something like that. But it's like and it comes in like the wine bottle shape, like like a Doc Swinson's bottle shape.
Okay.
And it was like $29. I saw it at Coburn's.
What was the proof point?
It was still 80, I think. No, it was still, maybe it was a little more
I
than
think
that.
it's a little more.
Now we have to look this up before we get out of here.
All right, there's a whole bunch of June Cleaver references.
Are they getting
Oh,
inappropriate?
stewardess, I speak jive.
Did somebody put that on there?
Not yet, but it's gonna be there.
That's right, that was her, wasn't it?
It was her, absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, so,
I don't know if anyone knows that reference. I bet they don't.
oh, everybody's got to know that reference. The Strawberry Pop Rocks were a nice improvement for the Wild Turkey. Okay, so it's called Fireball Products. This is merch.
Yeah.
By Fireball, okay. This is where I found, it's like how it's like Dragon something or whatever. Okay, Fireball Dragon Reserve. It says cinnamon whiskey rested with charred oak for a fiery smoothness.
Yeah. I'm interested.
66 proof. It's 33% alcohol.
Oh, that's right. Fireball is way low.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
as
I forgot
well.
about that. It's they can sneak down.
I think Long Branch is better than the Traveler. I would agree with you on that. Boom roasted Whack-A-Myak.
I don't know what's. Oh, it took me a minute. Sugar Kitty. It took me a minute.
Oh, it's such a good movie. I think bottle sediment is the reason for a neck pour. I don't find a lot of sediment in most bottles, though.
Well, it could be because I have a theory that Minnesota roads are so bad. By the time you drive home with your bottle doing this, there's no sediment
left.
Yeah, that's right. It takes 6 years to resettle.
Whiskey Juice, buy Buffalo Trace instead of Travelers and save yourself $15. 110% agree with that.
Totally
Unfortunately, in
agree.
Minnesota,
Yeah.
you can't find Buffalo Trace anywhere.
It's either overpriced or not available, or both.
And then Traveler is available everywhere now.
Everywhere.
And they're trying to
take
cut
it.
the price.
Just
but
take it. That's right. Here's $5. Take it. And I
I
still
really-
never heard a single song by Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton's amazing.
Then why did he put
whiskey
his name
sucks,
on the bad, mediocre whiskey?
Excuse me, stewardess, I speak.
See, even Bobby knows that reference.
Stymie Snurdly, yes. He says, has anyone sent you a better James E. Pepper sample? So when we were live with Baker Drinks, not this just previous weekend, but the weekend before, we actually swapped samples. So we sent them a sample of the one we have, and they sent us theirs. And all four of us unanimously agreed theirs was noticeably better. Like it was noticeably different, and, all of us liked their bottle better. So I think it could be a batching thing, because
Are they
they're
all
doing-
the same source?
I would imagine that maybe it's just the size of the, maybe
Sure.
they're like 15 barrel batches or something like that, because they seem to have a ton of batches coming out all the time. Let's see. That's Stapleton does a great cover of Whipping Post. I'll check that out.
I don't know that song.
Old Label 1920 has a ton of sediment. John Weebush, I think I'm saying that right. Also, most ECVPs, especially C923, have a bunch in the bottom. Okay, we have to check this out.
Stand by.
Let's see if this is another one that we got a bad one of, apparently, because,
There is no sedimentariness.
let's see. Pull out the light here.
Oh, okay, so rotate the bottle counterclockwise to the south and see if there's any sediment doing the old sedimentary thing. I don't think there is.
Not much.
Not much.
Yeah, I don't think there's much.
Yeah, that's where the
If anything, there's maybe like a tiny little wisp of a cloudy, if that's what you're talking about.
Or-
I did have a store pick of 1792 Full Proof that.
I think I've
got
seen more
very,
like char, like just like from the barrel char.
Yeah, but they
a
filter
little-
that out.
Some non-chill filtered.
Well, chill filtering doesn't take away the char.
Well, you
It's
don't
just
know
putting
that.
it through the sieve.
You
takes
just
away
don't
the
know
char.
that.
Actually, I do. It's a thing. Let's see. Twist the bottle and
Yeah,
watch it
totally.
rise.
Travelers is going to be the clearance bottom shelf Buffalo Trace mistake of the year, I think.
Kentucky Fried Movie. You're almost off screen.
Never seen
Kentucky Fried Movie is a deeper cut. Yes, it absolutely is.
Never
That's
saw
a
that.
Fantastic movie.
Why are we talking about other movies? We could talk about Airplane all night, although we only have 6
We could, but
minutes left.
Kentucky Fried Movie is
Seriously?
the Zuckers and Jim Abrams. Yeah. And it was, I think, their first one, like before Top Secret, before Airplane.
So he did.
I think it was
Top
even before
Secret,
like Police Squad.
Police Squad, or not
Police Squad.
No, Police Squad. What
Yeah.
was the TV show?
Police
Files.
Squad. No, it was cut from the Files of Police Squad.
okay.
And then Naked Gun was like a takeoff of that. I think Kentucky Fried Movie was before all of that.
I thought it was after. I thought that was after Airplane.
No, I think it was
then-
like their first one. Could you
then
say
they started
you've never seen
Facebook?
Kentucky?
No, I've never seen it.
Facebook.
Yeah, isn't that Zuckerberg?
Oh my God.
It's not the same guy.
Here you go. We'll just reluctant. I mean, we give you.
What's their name? Zucker.
Yeah.
Is
The
it
Zucker brothers.
Oh, Zucker brothers.
Yeah,
That's
Zuckerberg is the Facebook guy, and then Jim Abrahams, and he has a Minnesota connection actually.
Who's
But
that?
anyway,
I don't
he's
know.
it was those three that made all those movies.
The Facebook guy.
How much of that blend have you drank?
I still have like 3.5 ounces.
Anyway, yeah, Catholic high school girls in trouble was a life-changing skit as a teenage boy watching that movie.
What?
Could
What
be
movie
bad
was
luck.
that?
Looks like I picked a bad day to stop sniffing glue.
See, there we go.
Lloyd Bridges hanging upside down from the thing.
What can you make with this? I can make a hat. I can make an airplane.
Brooch or a pterodactyl? Traveler's so bad it's on clearance at Costco. Just hang loose, so she's gonna catch you in the rebound in a minute. So good. Kroger cut the Traveler price from $39 to $32.
Wow.
Still sitting on the shelves in droves.
Yep.
Purchase American Spirit Camp Nelson instead of Wild Turkey. You mean Kentucky Spirit? We just Whiskey Juice. We just did a review of that because the Bourbon Junkies put out a video about
Which
that the Camp Nelsons. Yeah, because that's where all their special stuff comes from. So we did buy a bottle of the Camp Nelson. This is Camp Nelson Warehouse E. And it's outstanding. And
we compared that to another Kentucky Spirit, which was Warehouse, whatever.
Yep.
And yes, we noticed a difference. Camp Nelson, Rick House's seemed to be better on our sample 1 of 1.
Sorry, I said that. But yeah, that was a good experiment. Now, we've never had a whole lot of the other Kentucky Spirits, but those in particular, at least that one.
I mean, they're single barrels of
we both
Kentucky.
agreed kind of had the edge. Okay, boys, let's grab some pictures. They'll start taking the pictures off the wall. Yeah, that's such a good movie. That's maybe the funniest movie of all time. But okay, so we got to get out of here in a couple minutes. But getting back to the Traveler whiskey.
Hospital, what is it? It's a big building patients, but that's not important right now.
That's so good. Yeah, Hangin' AZ, I agree with you. I was trying not to bring that one up. It's a little controversial by...
I missed it. Which one?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you off camera. So getting back to the Traveler, though, before we get out of here, that's one of those ones I think we said in the review, and since we've got 24
We've not made a
whiskey
single Mel
enthusiasts...
Brooks reference. Because he's not a part of those, right?
No, he's not. I don't understand what the point of Traveler was for a distiller like Buffalo Trace to put that out.
I have a theory.
They had to have known that was going to get shredded in all. They've got to know that, like, Buffalo Trace is well aware of like the whiskey community and whiskey tube
totally.
channels and stuff.
Yep.
They send media samples to channels that are much bigger than us. They had to have known that was not going to be well received by the general whiskey community. And so were they just hoping that people that buy, like, I don't know what they were like, they were going to get a rush of people buying it for the celebrity aspect.
And they did get that.
And then they had to have known that was going to fall off a cliff. Were they just getting rid of
So my theory
whiskey
is,
that they needed to get rid of?
I don't think it's their whiskey. I think they somehow acquired a Rick House or whatever, and they had this whiskey to do something with. They made up a story about picking the best blend. They partnered with a celebrity. They did everything they could with a mediocre whiskey.
At best.
And then they kind of mismarketed it, and they tried to make it luxury, and it shot up in price because it actually has the words Buffalo Trace on the front.
Yep.
And it has a celebrity, well,
Yep.
I've never heard of him, so he's not that celebrity-ish, but maybe I'm an exception.
Well, and that's what I'm wondering. So money grab, making money is good, whiskey is not. John Cranston's not for the whiskey community. And so that's my point, though, is like if you're not part of the whiskey community, you're just an average person who likes, and I'm not saying that condescendingly, I'm saying just a person who likes to buy a bottle of whiskey and mix cocktails with it.
Yep. It's fine.
Are you going to spend $40 on it more than once?
If you're a big fan of the celebrity aspect.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they're going for, but I don't think it's working. Whiskey Juice says, has Russell's 15 dropped in Minnesota yet? No, and neither have any of the past 3 special releases from them. I've seen on Instagram at some liquor stores that had the 13, a couple bottles of it in a raffle.
I've literally never seen it in my life.
But yeah, I mean, none of those. Yeah, we didn't see any of those. Marketing for concert goers and summer holiday gathering. Honestly, you're probably right, Stymie. That's probably what they went for. But again, it seems like they made enough of it where that wasn't going to last and they weren't going to unload all that. It's a bad look when it sits on the shelves the way it is now.
It's a very large batch because every liquor store that I go in, which is not that many,
has shelves full of it
has
now.
cases of it now sitting there being discounted and literally has the word Buffalo Trace on the front. And that has got to irritate the heck out of them.
Yeah, it probably does.
So
OG Brick says, and then we're going to get out of here. Does anybody, I'm getting my phone out so I can take a picture of what you are asking because I can check for you, OG. Does anybody
Fortazella
ever see Fortazella tequila on the shelf?
I never
God, this is so much better of a way to read comments. You can zoom right up on them.
Well, yeah, you look totally normal. So I never go to the tequila aisle.
Hang, and you may be right about that. I go to Mexico, actual Mexico, more often than I go to the tequila aisle.
Yeah, like
in the sense that I've been to Mexico before. Well, I've never been to the tequila aisle.
Occasionally when I'm in Total Wine, which is like twice a year, there's like people in my way in the aisle I need to walk down. So I'll like go over to the next aisle. Oh, look, tequila. Mm-hmm. They have some interesting looking bottles. I have absolutely no idea what's in any of them.
I don't either, and I should probably learn that stuff before.
Yeah, it's just another money sink.
Before going to Mexico again.
So Mikey Likey is saying something about abstinence.
After a 2-year absence, okay. All right, well, folks, we're gonna get out of here. OG, I can shoot you an email if I find a bottle of that, and if you'd like me to pick you one up, I would be happy to do that if you're looking for one. In the meantime, it's time for us to get out of here. But this has been Proof Points. Thank you guys all very, very much for joining. If you want to help me start to justify this whiskey collection to my wife, check out the Patreon. Putting bonus content up there.
Totally.
Doing blend videos. I think maybe in the summer, hopefully we'll get back to doing some more casual Fridays and behind the scenes stuff. But that is a big help. So, all right, OG says, absolutely. Whiskey Nature, thanks for live. It was a great time. Thank you, Whiskey Nature, for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, folks, everybody have a great night.
And until next time.